Hello, everybody. Hello, my people. This is Fly Dance,
And this is Mr. T.
Big Man Mr. T, and this is Allegiance to
Legends
the
to
game.
the game. Salute G.
Salute, brother. How you doing, man? How you doing on this bank holiday?
No, it's cool, man. Cool, man. It's been had a busy day. I've been trying to catch up on the football news and whatnot. Getting excited for this. The game's coming up. How you been?
Don't know. Yeah, man. I've been blessed, man. Been blessed, man. You know, can't wait for the long weekend. Yeah,
Oh
feeling
yeah,
it,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Carnival vibes. You looking
Yeah,
to go carnival?
Carnival vibes is popping, but guess what? I think there's not gonna be no TFL, bro. So there's just gonna be a tube
Is
strike.
it?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so people are gonna have to drive up there. So if anyone's looking to get waived, looking to get mashed up from and just boy, I don't advise it. Don't advise it still, man. Make sure you get there safely, people. You know what I mean? All for my gooners. Make sure you tune into the big game of Fulham, but we're going to touch on that anyway. But let's go back and look at that masterclass against Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium. Now, my
Yeah.
guy, I was very impressed with the 3-0. Bloody, I was impressed. Remember, I did say that. Remember, I did say I said it's going to be 3-0 or 4-1. And I just gave them a goal, a little consolation thing, just to be nice, just to be fair.
Yeah, what
But
did I say? I think I said, did I say 3-0? I think I
I
said
think you
3-0.
said, I think you did agree. You did agree. You said you can't really see it being nothing less than that or 3-1 or something. I think you did agree. But you said you was hoping for the clean sheet. So guys,
Yeah, I
uh,
wanted to keep you. I wanted to get that. I want to get that kind
yeah,
of solidarity. I mean, because yeah, because obviously, like when I think when Ramsdale first came,
mm,
it had that solid feeling, just like when Martinez was there. So I kind of want
mm-hmm,
them to get that kind of feeling of like, I mean, when you hear someone score, you think, what? How did that happen? You know what I mean, like surprise.
absolutely,
Even though
yeah,
we've been alright these last few games, I don't think they've looked as solid. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, but it's good that we
yeah,
got the clean sheet.
yeah. That's what I'm happy with, man. The clean sheet away from home as well. It just feels like we mean business. That's 3-3. So touching on that game, what did you think of it, man? What did you think of the performance and the goals as well?
Yeah, I thought it was a good performance, man. I thought I think it's getting better. It's getting better. The performance is getting
Mm,
better. I think we control the game. I think that's the main thing. I think we dropped off in the second half,
mm. Yeah,
as
I
they do.
agree.
But I think it was very much controlled. It's very controlled before,
Hmm.
like the whole game. We controlled it. Um, Obviously, we'd like to
Yeah,
see a bit more goals probably in the second half and that, but um, yeah, it was good. I think, and then obviously, I do feel like Odegaard had a good game. The game
hmm.
got a bit quiet towards the end. Saka, again, I don't think his season started yet. I think he's just in and just out sort of thing.
Yeah, I,
But
I,
again,
I see that.
yeah, but again, yeah, I think it's the Gabriel
Hmm.
was in there live wire. He didn't get his goal. Martinelli on it, good goals. Even Saliba got on score sheet. So and it's been better. I think it's
Yeah,
progression, even though it's not at that point yet. We'll say yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. But
And it's funny
it's
because
looking
when
better.
yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but when you touch on Jesus as well, I know Gabriel didn't get his goals, but he actually had two impacts. He had the impact on two goals, which was scored by Erdegaard. So um, Odegaard's a
Yeah,
fantastic player.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Scored two goals, but what do you think of like the performance? Like, you see, like Gabriel, like there was a time when he got the ball and he kind of skipped through like 4 or 5 man. Like he just busted them type of skills,
For
the
the
skills
first
that we,
goal,
yeah, for the first goal. And I just feel
yeah.
like,
He's
like
the
how vital is he to this team, bro? You
Yeah,
know
but
what I
what it is.
mean?
But the thing is, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. When I said to you before, when like last season, I'm talking about. Like, I just want to
Mm,
see the intensity and numbers. But
mm,
like when I said, like even for Nketiah, when obviously we criticized Nketiah, I'm like, do you know what? Even if he just the drive and just the energy and whatnot,
yeah,
and I think and people don't really get it, but now people can see like with what I mean by how Gabriel plays. He's just on it, like he knows his job is just to beast up
yeah,
top. You can to
yeah,
defend, obviously, whatever. That's your job, innit? So be energetic, run things down, and you can see his levels are just in regards to just his effort and his drive and his hunger to like make
mm,
things happen, score goals. Um,
yeah,
it's totally different. It's a different
mm,
kind of pitch compared to who else we got. And the good thing is it's infectious because Martinelli plays like that. He plays on a
yeah,
100, and it
yeah,
seems like it's like the way they kind of match off together. They do quite a lot of 1-2s, and runs like
yeah,
for the first goal, and he made that
yeah,
that run past to Martinelli, then banged it, whatnot. So and yeah, and it's hopefully Saka can get a bit more into the party as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
then 3 will
100%.
be formidable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Easiest game I think for us. Not much challenge in regards to like in the
Mm,
midfield and stuff. You controlled it. Um,
mm,
so it was pretty comfortable
mm,
game. We
mm,
made it comfortable though, and I think that's what happens is, it could have been a more tricky game possibly if we didn't start the
mm.
way we started. You know what I mean? But I guess once we soon sometimes when you start like that, it just, it makes the other team think like, raw. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
there's not much that we can do.
100%.
These lot are on it. That's why you
Yeah,
can't start slow and make people think, oh,
mm,
like, obviously when you touch on the Fulham game, I mean, you can be coming and let them get into the game. So
yeah,
good performance, Saliba and all that. Yeah, good performance. I still don't feel solid at the back. But you know what I mean? But yeah, it's solid enough
yeah.
performance, and because you controlled the majority of the game.
Absolutely. And even touching on that as well, I think just before the season, I remember me and you and I was sort of having a private chat. We was kind of
Mm.
talking about Erdegaard, like, because remember I was just talking about like how much I love his techers, and I
Yeah,
do
yeah,
think he's a creative player. But our thing was about providing that intensity and also making sure that he gets those goals. And to be honest, I was very happy with the goals, not just because he scored, but the fact that he was alert, he was ready, he was alive.
yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
wasn't playing in a way where he's just kind of there admiring his passes or his little footwork. He's making
Mm.
sure that he's involved in the right areas. He was in
Exactly.
the right spot in the box, and he just struck them
Yeah.
home. And I'm saying,
It's like in the
bro,
game. It's like I remember the game before that when he had the chance to bang it, and he for some reason he tried to
exactly,
pass it, and then the pass
yeah,
was even on.
yeah,
So we don't know what was in his head there, but hopefully
yeah.
think that, and then he
Well,
come and scored some 2 goals.
yeah. Well, I'm sure someone even had a word with him that he probably
He
even saw
must
it
have.
himself and thought,
He
nah,
must
you
have.
know what,
That
I've
was
got to
just
be banging these in. You see what I mean?
because my thing.
Um,
It was something. That must have been something because even the pass he tried to do wasn't even on. Like the pass
yeah,
to someone else wasn't
yeah,
even on. So
exactly.
there must have been a mental thing there, and
Yeah, yeah.
now it's set them home. So it's good that he come to the next game and he got them chances and banged them in.
That's it, man. And not only that, but even to have a defender, the quality of Saliba. I know, like, I know it's early stages, but even to see his wonderful goal as well, I just feel like having a ball player like Saliba, man, is just it's a breath of fresh air, cuz. Like, he got a
It is.
quality centre back, and he's only young still. How old is he? Was he 19? He's a kid,
Yeah,
bro.
that.
Yeah, he's a kid, bro. And he's just playing like a mature player. What do you think of his performance and like what he brings to the team as well, G?
His performance is I like it because balance.
Yeah,
I think he's a
yeah,
balance. He's because even just on stature, I've told you before. Even when last season was come back, I said, you know what, just to see him in the Premier League, but just the stature of him and to leave it together. Like you look at them and they're tall. I mean, in terms of footballers and big
mm,
shot players, it's the stature. Just looking at them is it's. Yeah, I mean, you want them to be together. One's left footed, one's right footed, and the thing is about
mm,
them, their mannerisms are different.
mm,
Gabriel is more of a he's more of the brute in it. He's more the brute. Get in there, get the stuck in.
absolutely.
He wants to go on it. Whereas in Saliba's more calm. He's the calm one,
Mm,
and he reads the game. He reads the game well as
mm,
well. Like he looks to cover. So when Ben White might think he cuts across and covers, Ben White, or I mean, if Gabriel he watches, I mean, and he's cover. So it's a good balance of defenders. Do you know what I mean? And I
yeah,
think
very much.
it fits in well, fits in well. And what I like about his goal, and you know about me, when I think you're a professional baller and he's a defender, so when people just whack the ball, the fact that he glided, I mean, he placed that, I mean, he was that was purposeful strike there.
Mm,
So it was a nice touch, like it was a nice touch, and that's what I expect from pro ballers, much still strikers. I mean, much less
absolutely.
defenders. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
pick your spot,
yeah,
and put it there. Don't just whack and hope all the time. Do you know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah,
Nice
yeah,
finesse.
yeah. Mad respect for that as
Got me
well.
some fancy football points, so that was all good.
Yeah, man. Nice, nice. Yeah, big up all the defenders as well, man. They done really well. Ben White as well. He's doing well there. Um, Sort of playing that sort of wing back role as well. He's done pretty well on playing as a fullback. So I'm happy with Ben White as well, and I'm glad as well that we're bringing Tomiyasu into the fold as well. I think he can also be very important for us. I just feel like we have
Yeah,
so much options in defence.
I want to
It's
see him
just like,
start, man. I want to see him start. I think what good is I think with I guess what's his name Ben White,
mm,
they drop into a free. And I think
yeah,
you
they
see,
drop
like
into a
when
free. Yeah,
in Zinchenko, like when they attack, he kind of jumps in. I think a lot of people notice this. That when he would jump
mm,
into midfield, And I think when he
Hmm.
dumps into midfield,
Mm.
um, it pushes Xhaka forward. That's why I think Xhaka has been able to get a bit more
Absolutely.
forward
Good
and make them
point.
late runs.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
good
mean?
point. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
because
so
we're seeing a bit
that's
more
good.
freedom with Jacko as well, isn't it? We're actually starting to
Yeah.
see him kind of get more involved as well, even in the attacking play. Like, so yeah, that's a good point still.
And that's why people's been saying about, oh yeah, like Zinchenko with that party. I said, no, I don't. I think
Mm,
as alternative for Xhaka, I think yeah, Zinchenko would be. Yeah, I mean, even seemed there the odd time to be good, but that's what it seemed like he was doing. So, um, yeah, it's nice, it's nice.
yeah, man. Yeah, that's wicked. I'm very impressed as well. And gee, that's 3-3. And I was like, we've got the game against Fulham tomorrow.
Mm.
They're playing at home, so that's a plus.
And
Fulham
it's
have been
yeah,
on a
and as well as that, it's I think it's is it Arteta's 100th game? I think it's
yeah, that's
Arteta's 100th,
correct. Yeah, yeah,
100th
yeah,
game as well. So
yeah.
you've got to be
So I'm
getting that win.
Yeah, man, and not only that, but winning and just being certified, man. Just making sure that we get this, just we just do our thing, man. And I think we will. Fulham, they're a decent team. I know they've only just got promoted back into the Premier League, but they seem up for it, bro. They haven't lost already. They haven't lost a game in the Premier League. They even got a point against Liverpool. So, but I just feel like we're going to be too much for them. I feel like the team is buzzing. There's a lot of confidence. And no, it's 3-3 wins, G. I mean, if we win on
Yeah,
Saturday, that's 4-4. And then we've also got the Aston Villa game next week, which, is going to be another tricky test, but that's also going to be a home game. So, I mean, what do you think of a month is just looking really good, bro? Like, if you look at the first month,
yeah.
if we can get like all wins, how do you think that sets us even for the next few months until Christmas, basically? How do you think that
Yeah.
mindset?
I think it's good because you've seen that, in other teams that they've had shaky start, not shaky, not all of them shaky, but some have had quite shaky starts, and we don't want to get carried away with the first three games and all that sort of stuff, but
Hmm.
um, at least we started on it and we've picked up those points because you could have been
Hmm.
shaky and dropped them 2 points. So we've got some leeway already, and we're in a flow already. And as you can see, like I
Hmm.
said, like the first three games, we've got better and we've controlled more of the games. Obviously, it's going to be more challenging,
Correct. Yeah.
especially with the Bournemouth game. There's going to be more challenges to go, and where there's going to be a bit more intensity to games and not maybe have as much freedom. And we have to do a bit more defending. But picking up the points, especially at the start, while you're getting into flow, is good. So by the time we
Yeah.
hopefully we do get to, if you then play some of the top teams, the draws are good. Do you know what I mean? Even if we drop a couple
Hmm.
points or whatever, at least we know, okay, it's fair enough. We've got like a nice cushion and we're still in the mix. And then it's
Yeah.
good as well just to get the scoring going and get some clean
Yes.
sheets in there. So you start getting that confidence of there. So when you do get into the top teams, you feel like there's not much pressure. Like, I mean, no, if that pressure that if you lose, you're gonna, be behind by
That's
six
right.
points or
Yeah.
4 points.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all good, man. It's a good start, and that's the main thing, man. And we're picking up points at the end of the day. They're not, we've had a good start. In even selections
Mm.
of teams we played. But the thing is, you've got to pick up them points, and that's the thing. And even
Yeah.
with Fulham coming up, um, yeah, we expect them to win. But they've had a good performance. They obviously due to Liverpool, and that they
Mm.
watched their game, and that was a good
Mm.
performance. They pressed and
Mm.
stuff, but they worked Liverpool. They played well.
Yeah.
And it's deserved of the point. Even they could have got a win there. Then they obviously did due to Wolves, and then they went and beat their first game against Brentford, and Brentford have started quite
Mm.
well. So
Mm.
they're not take lightly. And what I mean, and when you're
Absolutely.
when you're in a competition like that, you don't underestimate your opponent. So the main thing is to start as we've been doing, start fast
Mm.
and make them realize Arsenal on it.